Friends, hello, hope you are well. Let's talk about Palantir, what's going to be happening here. So just kind of a quick little synopsis of where we're at. Obviously, tomorrow is the day. Nvda will be reporting their quarterlies. Literally, the whole universe is watching about what's to happen. This might be the biggest day in the stock market in the last decade because which we suspect that Nvda is going to come out with bomb-crushing quarterlies. It's going to change the atmosphere of the market, history, everything. So all eyes right now are on Nvda, but not just Nvda with that. Here's something that you need to be very clear of what could possibly be happening. I made a video yesterday where I talked about, hey, I think all AI stocks are about to really be pushed here with what's about to happen here Wednesday after hours going in the Thursday market. Palantir is not supposed to report quarterlies until November 7th. Until November 7th, we don't know what these new quarterlies are going to be with Palantir, which we know they're going to be good because Palantir has already captured so many new deals this year that the next 2 years at least are going to be nothing but just heavy profit quarterlies that they have not seen that they've never seen. They've never been this big. And AI is about to go into this next boom cycle. So with that, tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day with Nvda here. So with that, I do believe that I think it's pretty safe to say that Nvda is going to release quarterlies here that are going to be big. They're going to be big. You know, Nvda always releases quarterlies that are at least 10% over, if not 12% over what they're supposed to be. We're not really expecting anything different at this rate. We're expecting Nvda to come out with quarterlies that are going to be big. They're going to be life-changing for the market. And notice I say the market, but not only the market. You know, the S&P has hit this all-time high. And then on top of that, we're going to see AI stocks attach themselves more than likely to Nvda really taking off here this week. So with that, I would not be surprised to see Palantir hit back to a $34, $35 range here by Thursday, Friday, because it will be moving on this big AI boom, big market boom. And that's probably what more than likely is going to happen if I had to make a bet on it, if I had to make a gamble on it, which I think a lot of us are, safe to say. I think a lot of us are plowing money into AI stocks, especially Nvda, depending how much capital you have. So this is where a lot of us are left with, you know, what to expect, where to go from here, and what is going to happen here in September. So this is where the fighting starts. This is where the arguments start to take place with you amongst colleagues, friends, whoever, and just Joe Smo, whoever you work with. This is where we go, okay, we're going to see rate cuts here in September, and we're supposed to see rate cuts again after that. The question is, you know, are they going to be soon enough? Or are we going to have rate cuts, and historically after rate cuts, we see a recession? And this is a very interesting subject right now because in November we have the presidential election, and we still don't have a clear-cut image of what's going to happen there. And both candidates are very focused on two different things. So that's not a you know, a political statement. That is the God's honest truth. That is the black and white picture of what's going on here with this. You know, Trump is highly focused on other things, and Kamala is very focused on other things. So it could push the market either way. Although the market will be pushed regardless here in January when someone is brought in as the new president. But bank stocks, even stocks like SoFi, are already starting to price in a rate cut here in the middle of September. So we're already seeing things like that run up, not to mention the stock market being at an all-time high. This is where just everyone's very full of tension right now, where a lot of us are like, it's almost the wrong idea. It's a crime to not keep pushing money into the market right now because there are some deals out here, but there is a big portion of people going to saying, hey, things are way too hot right now, and this rate cut historically brings death and destruction with it. So we could possibly see a complete meltdown of the market here before maybe, or more than likely after this rate cut. But, you know, personally what I think as long as you're putting your money into stocks, companies that are going to be long-term, life-changing companies, that are going to constantly be beating quarterlies, bringing in massive amounts of revenue, compounding on their technology, bread and butter of what they do, you're going to see your stock portfolio be fine. That's something that you have to realize there with that situation. So yes, you may take damage in the short term, but long term, you're going to be okay. You're going to be better than you were. We've seen that time and time again. So that's why when people who don't really spend day in and day out in the market, they're not familiar of the rebound, what's going to happen with this market. If we do see a crash, stocks that have already been struggling, companies that have been struggling, yes, they're going to take significant damage and they're not going to do well. But stocks that are doing well, they're going to be just fine. So back to the whole thing with Palantir here. Palantir is not going to have their quarterlies here until November. That's a long ways away at this point. That's 2 months away, more than 2 months away. And I've said this before, but I really think Palantir, the rate it's going at this moment, Palantir is going to close out the year at a $45 to $50 mark. I think that's a clear bet right now. So when you look at Palantir and you go, wow, it's $30 a share. That's pretty expensive. You're going to need a lot of capital to get into this. I get that. But you have to understand about what is about to happen in this AI movement in the market. Nvda is leading the charge, and there are other stocks that are right behind Nvda, AI companies. And those AI companies are going to be catching up to a lot of numbers that Nvda has seen so far. Palantir is a great example of that right now. You have Palantir, who just the last 12 to 15 months has been redirecting their company, annihilating deals, capturing deals, really focusing on this new movement in AI, and the ball is just rolling faster and faster and picking up more things along the way. So we expect massive more growth with Palantir here. The question is, when are people just going to feel comfortable enough to continue to trust what's going to happen here with Palantir? Because I see a lot of people in the comments where, Palantir is a slower moving AI stock. I will admit that. But nonetheless, I think slow and steady is the safest bet you can find in the market. If you look on a yearly chart with Palantir, you can't find a more beautiful stock. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I remember when Palantir went to $17 a share, and we were like, oh my God, it's $17 a share. That's so expensive. And this is before a lot of AI stocks were starting to move. This was, a year ago. But now look at it. Think where we're going to be a year from now, and we're looking at Palantir going $30 a share. Friends, you're going to be wishing you could buy Palantir at $30 a share this time next year. So, bullet points to know here. Nvda will be releasing their quarterlies tomorrow. I think it's safe to say if you had to bet your house, everything on it, it's going to be a knockout fight. Nvda is going to do what they're going to do. They're going to do what they always do. They're going to clean house. They're going to blow expectations. They're going to make people redirect their finances, and they're going to just annihilate all critics. And there's not many out there at this point. And it's going to completely devastate the market in the right way. Friends, tomorrow will be historic. Congratulations to all of us that have been patient and waited. I would be very careful short trading Nvda right now. At this week, when they do crush quarterlies, yes, we will see some big numbers, but I think the big numbers are going to come here in the next few weeks as people realize they need to be in Nvda, and then we start to see bigger firms place bigger buy-ins to Nvda. That's where you're going to see bigger movement here in Nvda in the following weeks. Friends, take care. Bye-bye.